Hey everyone, welcome to Tuesdays. I'm so excited to be here as always. I hope everybody had a fantastic week and weekend. It has been like pouring rain here for the past, I feel like forever. I think it's been since like Friday or Saturday it's been raining. And when I mean raining, we're getting the leftovers of Ian over here in New Jersey. So I don't know, who's out there tonight or what part of the country you're for. So stay safe if you have some bad weather going on right now. So I'm just kind of going over my week and a couple of other things kind of going on going forward, and we'll kind of go from there. I feel like I have a lot to say and cover tonight, so thank you so much for being here. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Kim from Kim's Side Money Plans. We'll do the YouTube thing for a half a second, so if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and then everybody who is here, don't forget to give this live a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. So now that we got the YouTube stuff over with, now we can kind of, get into my fantastic week. So when I left you guys last week, so I think I was still in the Top Dasher journey. I don't know whether I was at 100% yet, but I did finally get to that 100% mark, which I wasn't able to do the last go around. So here I am today. I finished early, so I think maybe next month I might, push it a little later, going into, the Top Dasher journey. Just something I've learned this past month, just because the past, the last like 3-ish, 4-ish days, I really was relying on Uber Eats and Grubhub. And granted, I was still making my days and I was still making some good money. And, Uber Eats really came through for me, especially on Friday night. They had a quest Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They usually do that in my area on the weekends. I don't know whether you guys get these quests as well or if it's area specific, but it's usually 3 trips gets you $5, and you can do that twice. But that really helped my Friday night along. So thank you to Uber Eats for kicking some butt for me at the end of last week. But what I actually learned in doing that is usually Uber Eats and Grubhub in my market usually are not morning and afternoon apps for me. But for whatever reason, maybe the gods were shining down on me. They actually became some pretty good apps for me, especially in the morning and afternoon. And it gave me a really good foundation kind of going into the weekend. Going into the nighttime. So yeah, Thomas, I'm actually seeing this for you. So my hell week, I have to say, it wasn't quite hell, to be honest with you. And I don't curse, so sorry. I feel like I just cursed on YouTube, and I usually don't. But yeah, it wasn't, for me, it wasn't that bad. I felt like the orders were better this go around. I've learned the power of pause is my best friend when it comes to taking every order. So if I took an order that was going far away or going to an area I didn't want to be in, I automatically slid that little lever off and hit the pause order before I even ended the order. So that way I can get back to my area and I wasn't like stuck in, in any areas that I really didn't want to be in. So I really utilized pause as much as I possibly could. Another thing I really learned this go around is I still got crap orders. I don't know what else to say besides that. Whether you're doing it the first go round or the second go round or the 10th go round, they still exist. There's no getting around it. But what I thought was interesting is it was nice to be able to stop a dash and start a dash and stop a dash and start a dash and not have to worry about, can I get back on a schedule? Can I not get back on a schedule? And that was kind of the nice thing about being a Top Dasher and going through the Hell Week all over again. So to me, it wasn't as bad this go around as it was the last go around. I mean, if there's any Top Dashers out there tonight, let me know if I'm, on track or off base with this one. But, I felt it was actually pretty decent. And, I feel like I do it a little different. I know there's people, maybe I'll try that this month going into Top Dasher. Oh, thanks, Steve. How are you? I don't know whether I'll try that this. I don't know. I don't know the best method, but for me, I was multi-apping through the process. So I didn't feel confined to just DoorDash. So maybe that's also why I didn't really feel it as bad. I mean, some of the orders hurt, I'm not gonna lie. Like I was getting 10-mile orders and I'm like, oh, I really don't want to do this, but DoorDash, here I come. And I feel like I felt it the last time and I felt it this time around as well. I just felt like it was just, you just have to change your mindset and knowing what's right and wrong. I don't know how else to describe that. Like when I went into Top Dasher this month, I feel like I was, ready to go. I'm like, okay, I've got this. I feel like I was more mentally prepared this time around. So I will say, that kind of made it easier as well. So, get that chat going if you guys felt the same way that I did, if you're, a Top Dasher or if you're out there as well. I'm just curious what everybody's opinions are on that. So, with that, I'll go back to my week. So, like I said, Uber Eats, man, they really, they came through for me. I had a fantastic, Uber Eats week just by itself. So actually I didn't even look to see what I honestly did last week in Uber, but I actually had I feel like it was a really good balance last week with Uber. So Uber, I did a $500 weekend Uber. So like I said, I felt like it was just a really good, a really, really, really good balance to kind of all the apps last week, which is kind of makes the week fun too. You're not just stuck in like one area. Thank you so much, Mr. Site. I really appreciate it. Dash in New York City in the house. My neighbor, even though I'm still a little far away from New York City, but love going into the city. So Uber Eats, sorry, I just saw, Thomas, I saw your comment about Uber Eats, really kicking butt. And, I was like, DoorDash, who needs DoorDash? When you kind of have those days where you get on a roll, whether it's like Uber Eats or whether it's, DoorDash, I feel like once you get on a roll, sometimes you just kind of keep going as long as, the orders keep rolling in. And that's kind of what I did last week. If I got on a Grubhub roll, I got on a Grubhub roll. I've been saying this for a couple weeks, even a couple months now. I really believe a lot of these apps, whether it's DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, they all have their methods, so to speak, of having you stay on their app and not, I don't want to say cherry pick, but not multi-app, I think is, what I'm trying to say even better. But that's kind of what I've been noticing. Me and Grubhub, if you can get on a Grubhub roll, they make sure that Grubhub order comes like as you're leaving the parking lot of your first order to be delivered. So it's interesting. And then I feel like the same thing with Uber Eats. Uber Eats sometimes give you those orders right before those, you get done with your order. And then, DoorDash doesn't have that feature. But I feel like as long as, the ball keeps on rolling and the orders keep rolling, then you know what? That's kind of the fun of what we do. And that was, kind of my week. So that was Friday. And then Saturday, it was killing me. I feel like I was like stalking my email and my DoorDash app all morning and afternoon until I got that notification. It actually came through my app before it even came through my my email saying, you're a Top Dasher. So I'm like, yes, I can finally use DoorDash the way I want to use it. And so Saturday, I was ready to go and I was all excited. And I'm like, DoorDash, here I come. I got in my car. I probably got through maybe 1 or 2 orders, and then it blew a headlight. And I'm like, oh, so I had to go home. And I grounded myself for the rest of the night. I guess, yay me. I still made, that's what like really drives me crazy, because I think it was like 6 or 6:30. I already had in $200. So I'm like, I am on the road to like a $300 day. And yeah, there went that darn headlight. And of course I crawled around. Nothing was open on a Saturday night, so I had to wait until Sunday morning to get my headlight changed. And even that was not an easy task, because not many people, not places, are open on a Sunday to change a headlight. Who knew? So that was that. And then Sunday rolled around and I was DoorDash happy. And DoorDash, man, talk about like the crash and burn of acceptance rate. So in one day, I went from 100% acceptance rate to a 12% acceptance rate. I was a cherry picker like nobody's business. Oh, it felt so good. I swear, after you go through days of not being able to cherry pick DoorDash and you finally get to it, you're like, yes, I can finally do it. And that's that's exactly what I did. So cherry picked all the way down to 12%. As of today, I have a 6% acceptance rate. So I'm still a cherry picker through and through, just a cherry picker with a Top Dasher account. Man, yeah. So it's been a fun couple of days. That's what I can say. So with that being said, I really want to say that there's a lot of talk going around that acceptance rates, you don't get large orders anymore once your acceptance rates go down. And I can honestly say I really believe, in my opinion, that's just not true, just because I feel like I'm proof that I'm sitting at right now a 6% acceptance rate. And in the past 2 days, I've gotten 2 catering orders. I can't tell you how many large order program orders I've received as well. So to me, yeah, I just don't see it. They didn't take away my large order program because I don't have a high acceptance rate. Granted, I'm also in an area that does not have priority orders, so I don't have to maintain my acceptance rate at 50%. So that's one thing. I know there's a lot of areas out there that was new this week. Actually, I should use that hashtag, Steve. That's actually pretty awesome. So yeah. Oh. I stopped getting Walmart rewards once my acceptance rate done. Are you talking about Spark, or are you talking about sorry, DoorDash? Well, Spark is another conversation, I feel like, for another day on my opinions on Spark acceptance rates. If it's DoorDash, DoorDash is no longer doing Walmart orders, so I don't know whether you're talking Spark or whether you're talking DoorDash orders. But like I said, Spark, we can talk about a whole that could be like a whole hour conversation for another day as well. But yeah, it's funny because I did a Spark order last week, and I went up to the guys that I know that I've actually, I've come accustomed to over doing Spark, and I pulled in to do a Spark, and I said, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And they're like, "We're on Uber Eats now." And I said, "I know you're on Uber Eats because I'm on Uber Eats too. I get it." He goes, "No, you don't." he goes, drivers were at least used to doing these orders. Uber Eats, they have absolutely no clue how to even do a grocery order. So it's been a very interesting experience. So it's been, I guess, as interesting for them as it has for me. So, but yes, Uber Eats is all Walmart. And I was at Walmart yesterday and I decided just to turn on Uber Eats and my phone went off like it lit up like a Christmas tree. That's how crazy it was. But the orders were not good at all. Like there wasn't one order that I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can do that order. And granted, I wasn't there to take an order anyway. But yeah, some of the orders were like insane. I'm like, who would actually take these orders? They were bad. They were bad. Oh. Oh man, Christopher, that stinks. I hope well, first of all, stay safe while you're out there driving. Like I said, over here in New Jersey, it's literally been raining for 5 days now. And literally downpours of rain. But anyway, going back to acceptance rates, I kind of got off track a little bit. So acceptance rates with DoorDash, in my opinion, don't correlate with large order program or you not getting large orders, just because I feel like there's been a lot of talk about that lately. And if anything, like yesterday was like living proof. If you guys haven't seen my video that I released this morning, I had one crazy order yesterday, and I'll talk about it a little bit just in case you guys haven't seen it yet. But you're gonna have to stick with me for a little bit on this one. So got an order. It was 20, I think it was 24. Don't quote me on the pieces, but it was 24 items, 23 items. It was in the 20s for a Chinese restaurant. And automatically I'm like, oh, that's definitely like large order. And there were miles behind it, but I'm like, it really wasn't due. Like I didn't have any orders going on. And it was early in the afternoon, so I took it. So on my way to the restaurant, and I get a famous text from the customer. I put in the wrong address. I'll give you $20 in cash when you get here if you deliver it to the new address. And I'm like, oh, where's this person sending me? And of course, like I'm a complete skeptic. Like I sometimes I feel like a lot of these customers are just like scamming you just to get the food delivered to their current house. So, but it was a large order, so that's kind of why I'm like, do I play this game? Do I not play this game? So the address he gave me was like 5 or 6 like additional miles from where the drop off was supposed to be. So I'm like, So I'm like, okay, let me call DoorDash, and if they allow me to do the order, I will do it. So the only other thing is I was reluctant to do just because it was literally pouring rain and I didn't know whether I wanted to drive that far away in the pouring rain, I have to say. So I did it. I called DoorDash, and I'm going to answer, somebody asked me a question on today's video, so I'm going to answer it. So hopefully you're watching this. If not, I'll definitely answer your comment. But someone asked me a question: how did I get compensated by DoorDash for going the extra distance that I did? And here, to me, it was kind of easy. It was kind of simple. I was just really upfront with DoorDash. I've learned over, these past couple of weeks of dealing a lot more with DoorDash than I normally. Thank you, Sarah. I'm glad I got it too. Is the more direct and more to the point you are, and you kill them with kindness, the further you get with support. And if you don't get your answer you're looking for, you go to a supervisor. I didn't have to go to the supervisor in this case. So when I called support, I was very direct and I said, I have this order. The customer wants to change it. I am willing and voluntarily willing to go to this new address. I just need you to change it into the system. And they literally just contacted the customer just to verify it. They changed it in their system. And they said, okay, Kimberly, you can proceed with picking up the order and proceeding with delivery. And then I literally had just asked them, is there any compensation for going the extra miles I'm going to be delivering? And the lady voluntarily said, you're going to get half pay on your order, and then I'm going to process it and put it into your account right now. I had no idea what the half pay was because it was a $13 order. So lo and behold, so I go to the restaurant. The restaurant had it all ready. And I was out the door literally in seconds flat, and it was like in a big, huge box, packed nicely, but I put it in my catering bag. Because I'm like, what's the protocol with that they put it in a box? But I just put the box inside the catering bag. And it was a country club of all things. Like, I didn't know the address, and I'm going down like this windy road, and it's pouring outside. I'm like, I don't even know where I'm going. Not an area I'm used to delivering with. And it was a country club. I was entering the country club. I actually called the customer. I'm like, is your new address a country club? And they're like, yes, it is. I'm like, oh, at least I know. Yeah, they, hold on. Yeah, Doordash actually swallowed a lot of money on that. You are absolutely correct. Their loss, my gain. That's the only thing I can say about that. So the guy actually comes to my trunk and, takes the box and hands me $20 cash. So when I closed out the order, it was a $40 order. And then I got the alert that Doordash paid me $20.01 for the half pay. And then the customer gave me $20 in cash. So it became an $80 order. I'm like, okay, I think that's now my biggest order on DoorDash to date. So that was kind of my story, yesterday. It was crazy. I mean, complete mistake on the customer's end. Turned into definitely my gain. Obviously the customer didn't talk to DoorDash and didn't realize what DoorDash was doing. I guess the DoorDash didn't realize what the customer was doing, but very appreciative of all parties participating in compensating me yesterday. Thank you, Monique. I really appreciate it. So yeah, that was my crazy adventure. Like I said, these past 2 days, I've gotten some orders, and I'm gonna give you guys a little teaser. I have 2 videos coming out in a little bit, and they're going to be talking about things that I've been noticing on DoorDash that I really haven't noticed before. Some things that have happened to me that I'm like, whoa there, Nelly, really? So I don't want to share them with you tonight because I think it'll be a complete spoiler of the videos that I have. I have 2 in the works right now that are going to be, coming out. But there's been a lot of things lately that I've in the 4 years that I've been doing DoorDash, I've never even noticed or have seen or have happened to me, that have happened to me in the past couple of days. So dun dun dun, stay tuned for the next 2 or 3 videos that are going to be coming out regarding some of the things that I've been noticing on DoorDash lately. So stay tuned. So that's I feel like I caught you guys up with my my week a little bit. But I think the biggest thing is I just wanted to get out there that I am really a strong believer that acceptance rates really don't matter when it comes to getting large orders. Sorry, I actually have all my notes nice and organized and written so I don't forget anything to tell you guys tonight. Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, I appreciate it. I was going to say this for the end of the live, but I just went over my week, so I don't see why. It's a good segue into, what's kind of going on. And, I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit about my channel a little bit, so you guys kind of know the direction I'm going and kind of what's in store for the future, and what's new, what's exciting, and kind of where I'm going. So first of all, thank you guys all for the continued support. I really appreciate it. I appreciate all my original subscribers and also my new subscribers. I think what I've been finding lately is finding a balance and I've gotten some comments and I appreciate it. And if you guys don't know, but I do pride myself in responding to every single comment. That is me, solely me. But I do respond, good or bad. I always respond to every comment. But I've been trying to find the balance, and I'm not saying ride-alongs are going away. They're not. I always feel like that's where I originated from. That's my comfort level. But I feel like some of the short videos I've been doing, I can get you guys out content quicker as they're happening, and they're relevant to what's happening in what has happened in my day. So I've been trying to find the balance of getting you guys information as quickly as possible and doing ride-alongs, because I know some of you guys, love the ride-alongs that I do. So, it's really finding that balance. And I know I can't make everybody happy. That's, I think I would go crazy trying to literally make everybody happy. And I know some of them are, some of you guys love the shorter videos. Some of you guys hate the shorter videos. Some of you guys hate the longer ride-along. Some of you love the longer ride-along. So I feel like I feel like I'm finding that balance of, of here, there, and just literally getting you out the content as I can get you guys out the content. And that's exactly what I've really been doing. So, thank you. My channel continues to keep growing because of you guys and your continued support. And as I grow, I'm always going to be evolving me and my content. And I love what I do. And I think that hopefully that comes through to everybody, whether it is a short video or whether it is a long ride along. I really love what I do, and I love being with you guys here on Tuesdays. But I really have a passion for this, but I also have a passion for the business as well. But there's so many fun things to come. I started my membership, if you guys haven't heard or seen. So I started my membership. So thank you to the members that I have so far. I'm going to be doing things for my members only as well. So I have really fun, exciting things coming for my members only page and group as well. So if you haven't joined the membership and you're thinking about it, go ahead and join our membership. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, I'm really excited with the direction that everything is going. Some fun stuff coming. But like I said, I know I can't please everybody, but as long as I'm finding, to me, the right balance for me, that's kind of the direction that I'm going to continue to go. Would I love to do 30-minute ride-alongs? Yeah, I love doing ride-alongs. They're a lot of fun to do. They're a lot of work. I'm not going to sit here and say they do. Like when I do a ride-along, I'm up until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning editing, and then I become mom at 6 o'clock in the morning. So do I love doing ride-alongs? Absolutely. But you know what? It's a long process. But not only that, but analytics don't lie in YouTube videos. As much as some of you say you love the longer videos, analytics are actually saying something completely different. So to me, it's all about building a business and a brand and YouTube channel and being hopefully entertaining as much as I possibly can. So who knew a little over a year ago I would be, sitting where I'm at. So, I know there's a couple of content creators out there today. So I appreciate every one of you. I appreciate what everybody does and how you contribute to YouTube. If you're watching, if you're a viewer, if you're a content creator, it's really awesome that, you guys are all here with me, especially on Tuesdays, because, I really love being here. I have, I wasn't going to reveal this today, but I will, but I'll new merchandise is coming soon. So stay tuned for that I'm really excited about. I have some other things coming that I don't want to quite give away quite yet, but I'll give you a little snippet of new merchandise is coming soon. Coming to a theater near you now. Coming to a store near you? Is that what I'm trying to say? Coming to a store near you. So that's actually, really fun, really fun as well. So that's kind of, I feel like that was a really good, thank you, Thomas. That was a really good segue about my channel. And I just thought I would be open and honest. And like I said, I just really enjoy getting you guys out that content, whether it is, like I said, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, kind of wherever I'm wherever my mind is going at the moment, is where I take you guys with me. But you definitely will get a video every single day from me that will actually never change. I love that, Christopher. That's awesome. Time to stock up on my Christmas cards for my customers. That's awesome. You got Christmas cards. Last year, if you're new to my channel, you might not know this, but last year I gave out candy canes. I gave out candy canes to a lot of my merchants and to some of my customers to kind of spread the holiday cheer. And my merchants loved it. Like they thought I feel like that's how I built last year a lot of my really good, strong partnerships with like a lot of my merchants, because I was known as the candy cane lady that came in spreading holiday cheer. Some of them thought that some of them thought I was probably crazy, and I probably am. But if you don't know this about me, like Christmas is like my thing. Christmas is my thing. My Christmas tree goes up soon, just FYI. I'm already kind of pre-planning my Christmas tree going up shortly. That's how, like, I'm a diehard Christmas fan. I even watched the cheesy Hallmark Christmas movies that start, I think, October 16th or 17th, just FYI. Thank you. I will, it is up on my site right now if you want to check it out. I just don't have anything to show you. But once I personally get it, I will be the one I will reveal it. So I'm actually I'm really excited about it. So, so give you guys, I'll give you some, give you some background. So I was a fashion major in college. I actually have a BA in fashion merchandising, so I'm a fashion major. So anytime I actually kind of go back to my roots and go into like some kind of like fashion, I feel like I geek out and get all excited because it's actually something I love doing and actually creating something. I'm very creative. Like I paint, I draw. So it's actually kind of fun doing some of the stuff, especially like t-shirts and stuff like that. Yes, there will be winter merch. There'll be sweatshirts. I have Scullies in there. So yes, a little bit of winter. I have like full zips. I have popovers. So definitely it is winter related. That's actually, one of the reasons why I wanted to change it up a little bit. So it actually got some winter stuff because some of my my old design had tank tops and stuff like that, so I got rid of the tank tops and moved more towards winter. Thanks, Tony. I wouldn't expect anything less than putting Lisa as number one. The day after Christmas is your thing. That's funny. I guess I could just come from, I just love Christmas. I just love the Christmas spirit. I love Christmas decorating. Oh, it's like I feel like I can spend hours decorating my house and keep decorating. Like I just love Christmas. And once I get everything set up, I actually turn things around and I actually do my live in front of my Christmas tree to get everybody in the holiday spirit. But I've always been a huge Christmas person, and now even I have a 5-year-old, so I feel like it's every year it gets even more exciting to see Christmas through the eyes of a kid. It's just, I think you almost feel like you relive Christmas all over again. Thank you so much, Dark Block. I appreciate it. There you go. Christmas ideas. There you go. Christmas gift ideas. That's awesome. Steve, if you put up your Christmas tree before me, that would actually be really funny, considering I know how much you loved my Christmas tree, but that's actually really funny. Well, maybe your son will just, I don't know. You can blame it on me. You can totally just you can blame it on me. Hey, Marion, how are you? Thank you. Marion, hopefully, your spirits get lifted soon and, sending happy smiles your way. Okay, so kind of going back, I forgot, like, even though I have everything like written down, I always feel like I always forget something, which is why I write everything down. I forgot like a really important piece kind of about Doordash, and that's actually, sorry, I was reading this real quick. A Dr. Pepper ornament I don't have a Dr. Pepper ornament. That would actually be really funny. So just real quick, and I'll revert back to Doordash because I know I completely got off on a Christmas tangent. But my Christmas tree, because my husband and I are huge Disney fans, it is all Disney. I have like my main tree. I have trees in my house. My main tree is a different tree. So, yeah. So it would be kind of funny to have a Dr. Pepper on a Disney tree. So that would actually be really funny. Hey, it's Dan. How are you? Welcome. I had a question for your experience. Which days do you make the most money? Weekends are my money maker days. My biggest day is usually Friday. I'll say Friday and Saturday and Sunday are all pretty good. Now that we're in football season, Sundays become really good for my area. This past Sunday, I believe I had like a $300 day on Sunday. So Sundays are becoming, pretty awesome in my area. So I say anytime. For me, it's always Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. To me, in my area, it's the most amount of time that people are home and they like to actually spend money, especially if they're not getting out. Okay, so back to Doordash, because I forgot something that I was going to say about Doordash. So one thing I've also learned through this, yeah, I have trees. I actually have a tree in my bedroom. I have a tree in my living room, bedroom, and actually one in my hallway. So I have 3. When my daughter gets older, I might stick one up in her room too. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so going back to Doordash, sorry, sidetrack. I feel like sometimes, do you guys ever see the movie Up, where like the dog sees the squirrel and goes squirrel? Like I feel like sometimes like that's me. Like I get sidetracked sometimes so easily. So Doordash, so in Top Dasher and large order program, I always thought like I was an expert in my area as far as knowing my area and knowing my restaurants. I was wrong. I'll be the first one to admit. I always say I always know when I'm wrong, and I always tell you guys when I'm wrong, and I'll be the first one to admit it. I'll be the first one to, dismiss myself and downplay myself and degrade it. I'll be the first one to do it. If I am wrong, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I thought I knew my area. I didn't know my area as well as I thought I did. And going through this experience with Doordash and Top Dasher and large order program and everything else that's there, like I never realized how much I didn't know my area. And when I talk that, like I feel like I've had to learn Doordash and my area all over again based off of Top Dasher, Priority, large order program, and what I thought I knew, I didn't know. And it completely has changed my thought process. And I look at orders differently now than I did before, which I actually think is, kind of interesting. When I look at orders now, I look at a couple things, and I really look at where, first of all, what town and area is it going to? Like I even know now like streets and houses and the neighborhoods that some of my orders are going to. So I look at where it's going to. I look at the item count. I look at the restaurant. And then I look at the miles. And then I also look at how long it's going to take me to do. For me, I feel like the combination of kind of all those combined really makes sometimes for really good decision making in taking a lot of the orders. And I feel like I owe you guys some wisdom sometimes when it comes to this, if I stumble upon something. And that's one thing. Like I feel like it's it's where it's I completely just lost my train of thought. Talking about belittling myself, I just lost my train of thought. But anyway, going back to the orders, I have really learned to first look at like I said, the restaurant. And there are certain restaurants in my area that I didn't even start seeing until I started becoming a Top Dasher and large order program. Now I know whenever I see those those restaurants, I'm like a light bulb goes off. And then I look at the item count. Sometimes the item count for me will determine if it's going to be a larger dollar amount to make it a large order program. And then I look to the area and the neighborhood that it's going to. And that's kind of my deciding factors a lot of times in knowing my area. So just when I think I've mastered my area, I feel like I have it and I'm still learning. So you can teach an old dog new tricks, because I'll be the first one. And I love learning new things. But that's actually one of the takeaways I've learned in these past couple of weeks. Sorry, I was just looking at this because this is a cool idea. Should you put gifts under appropriate tree for each grandchild? That is such a thoughtful idea. That is an amazing idea. I don't have grandkids yet. I only have a daughter who's 5. So, but I love that idea. If I had more kids and I had a tree for each kid, that would actually be really cool that each one of them had their own tree to have presents under. But that's a really thoughtful, really awesome idea. I love creative ideas for Christmas time. It's actually a lot of fun seeing and hearing other people's traditions. So anyway, that's just something, a little takeaway that I've been, learning as I've been going. Like I said, I still feel like I'm learning, and as much as I'm cherry picking, I feel like I'm almost even not cherry picking enough. So it's really, in my opinion, I'm learning the balance of picking through orders to get to, hey, giggity, how are you? Really picking through the really not so good orders to get to like those really good orders. And that's kind of what I've been honing in mastering in the past couple. Well, I can't say I mastered it because I don't think there's ever like an exact science into mastering what is good and what is not good. But as long as you're making the best choices for you in your area, but yeah, it's one of the things that I've been learning this week. Sorry, turning the page. Oh, and kind of going back to sorry. Yeah, Josh, that's a really good point. They are always evolving. I feel like with a lot of these apps, like I feel like they're always I feel like they're always throwing you curveballs at all times, and it's really figuring out how to really, really figure it all out. And every time I feel like I have it mastered and really figured it out, and I feel like I'm like really, good at something, like something gets thrown at me and I'm like, nope, I'm not as good as I actually thought it was going to be. Kim, how do you balance household, gig work, and being a mom and running a business like a business? That is a very good question. I feel I need a schedule. Even though I say I never really have a schedule, but I feel like I need to keep my family on a schedule, which then keeps me on a schedule. And then I kind of put everything else into place, if that, makes any sense. So a lot of my schedule is based off of getting my daughter on the bus in the morning, getting my daughter off the bus in the afternoon, getting my husband to work in the morning. Lunches have to be made on both ends. So my day starts really early. I feel like it's mom life. I don't know what else to say. I feel like sometimes you just do it. Like you get into a routine. And I think that's more of what I'm trying to say. Like instead of, you need to get into a routine. And I feel like that's what I found in order to balance mom life, work life, and business life. I feel like I have a compartment for each one and time for each one. And then at nighttime, after I'm done working, I actually come home, and while everybody else is sleeping, that's actually when I get a lot of my business work done. So editing, anything YouTube related. I have other things going on besides YouTube business wise. So I use night times as like my business time. And then Tuesdays are my days off. And that's when I dedicate solely like almost my full entire day to doing, business work and running my own business. And then I find doing Tuesday lives is kind of my relaxation to my week. You guys actually are my fun part and my relaxation to my week. So that's why I love doing these so much. So hopefully that answers your question. But for me, routine is key to making sure that everybody is happy and has like a little bit of peace of me. I always say if I can split myself into like 4 people, that would be fantastic, because I feel like I have like for full-time jobs. Like I have gig work as a full-time job. I have YouTube. I feel like sometimes as a full-time job, running my business is, well, then maybe there'll be 5, and running my business is a full-time job. And then I always say my daughter and my husband are a full-time job all in itself. I'm just kidding if they're watching. Hi, guys. But I feel like you wear many different hats, being all those. It's just a matter of switching on and on the hats when you need to. Oh, that's awesome. Good for you. We can compare notes. So best wishes. It's fun to see everybody's journey and how different it is, because not every area is the same. So I always love hearing good or bad, if it is a good thing or a bad thing, or what your experience is. Okay, so Lisa, you agree with me. Routine is incredibly important to be efficient. Or yeah, without a routine, like I don't know how I would accomplish a lot of things that I do. And I am literally, I feel like how do I say this right? But I'm just going to come out and say it. Like, I feel like I'm the queen of coming in and coming out, coming in and coming out. Even when like my husband's at work and my daughter is at school, I know I still have stuff to do around the house. Like I'll go out, take a couple of orders, I'll come in and do the laundry, go back out, take a couple of orders, come back as I'm eating a sandwich real quick. I'm making this up. I'll wash the floors. Like I feel like I'm like the queen of going in and out, in and out. That's why a lot of the times when someone asks me, what does your typical day look like? I feel like I can't answer that, just because I might work 8 hours, but it's never 8 hours straight. And a lot of times especially with being top dasher and I can come and go as I please, a lot of times I'm at home and I'll just leave my phone on and wait for like that perfect order to come through and still get, some stuff done while I'm at home. So any like small amounts of time, like I feel like I'm the epitome of like taking like little snippets and just to get things done. Oh, Tony, I didn't even realize this. You finally got onto LOP? I think I actually saw a video of yours. You did a video, right? I haven't watched it yet on LOP. I'm just curious on your new thoughts on large order program now that you're on it. I'm so excited for you. Oh, thank you, Thomas. That's awesome. Hopefully she loves them. Like I said, I'm excited. The new merchandise, it actually is, my kindness is always free. It's just a new design, which I think is, I'm excited about the new design. So I'm just really excited. Oh, I'm excited. Tony, we're going to have to like compare notes. You're going to have to call me. I'm just actually curious on what your experience is so far on the large order program, and whether, I know you're not Top Dasher anymore, but I'm just curious, even without Top Dasher, how it's actually working in your area. So yeah. Oh, hey, Cheyenne, how are you? So guys, that was my week. I feel like I've just been talking nonstop, but I really appreciate, okay, I will do that, Tony. Thank you. Guys, I really appreciate you guys always supporting me on Tuesday nights and being here with me now that I've completely talked your ear off for, I can't believe it's been an hour so far. I'm telling you, sometimes I have the gift of gab and I just kind of keep on going, but I love interacting with you guys, and thank you so much for watching my videos, supporting me, and living vicariously through, or not vicariously, depends on the day that I have. Like I said, the good, the bad, the real, kind of everything else in between. I just try to get it out to you guys as quickly as possible. And more new changes to come that I'm really excited. But I'll share those with you guys as they're coming. But guys, that's all I got for you guys tonight. So if you haven't done it already and you're still here and you haven't hit the thumbs up button, don't forget to do that before you leave today. Also, if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. So guys, if you're driving, please stay safe and healthy. Remember, kindness is always free. I love you guys, and I'll see you next Tuesday or in the next video. Bye everyone. Peace out.